Sonny TV Arsenal. It's a momentous occasion that we're celebrating, and I've got some smashing guests to commemorate that, right? But I want you guys to hear something first, right? But before you hear it, I'm going to ask these boys a question, even before I introduce them, right? Because some people don't need introductions, right? I'm going to ask these boys a question. I'm just going to put something up on the screen. Hello to everyone watching on Facebook. Hello to everyone watching on YouTube. You know what? Gooners, if you're old school gooners like us lot on here, not a gal, he's not. Get your kids, get them off the PlayStation, get them off that Nintendo, get them off speaking to their girlfriends and boyfriends, get them downstairs and get them on this podcast, right? And to learn a bit of Arsenal history, the greatest night in Arsenal's history, in my opinion. Get them watching it and taking part. I'm just going to be a photo for you guys. I just want to give you a bit of trivia. And the first person I'm going to ask is my bro, Kevin Campbell. Kevin, right? This is a bit of commentary and cartoon, yeah? I want you to see if, bro, you was at Anfield, you was part of the squad, right? And obviously you went on to then win a league title a couple of years later. Smashed it that year. Kev, this is a little teaser for you, bro. A good ball by Dixon, finding Smith. For Thomas charging through the midfield. Kevin, finish the commentary from the great legend Brian Moore.
I
think he's muted.
Yeah, I know. I muted myself. So you said Smith to Dixon. Sorry, Dixon to Smith. Smith through to Thomas, charging through the midfield. It's up for grabs now!
An unbelievable climax to the Premier League season.
Oh man!
Let me just get rid of this picture. I just want to play you guys something. I want you lot to feel the goosebumps that I'm feeling.
I've been watching it all day, Sonny. I feel it.
Surely what will be their last attack? And then I saw Steve Nicol coming towards me. I just tried to pull it over his head. But it hit his shoulder, it hit me and hit the other side of him. Then now I'm on the goal. I look and go 1v1 with the squad, man. I think just put it in, Michael. So we tackle him, rugby tackle him, bring him down. Anything just to let him miss a shot in. It's so long. Just couldn't believe how long it took. Thomas, it's up for grabs now! Thomas! Fuck, it's Thomas, man.
There you go. You know what? I'll tell you something, right? Michael Thomas. Big up yourself, Michael Thomas. My brother. Forget Aubameyang and them lot. My brother. That's what I'm talking about. Right? Let me introduce my guest, and then we're going to talk about Michael Thomas in a minute, yeah? Because I want to talk about my boy, Michael Thomas. This shy guy from South London. Let me introduce my guest. Firstly, I want to introduce, obviously, one of my partners in crime, Miguel, the kid. How you doing? Stephen Miguel.
I'm doing good, man. Good evening, everybody.
Hi, man.
How's it going, Kevin? Nice to see you.
Yeah, good, man. Good.
Sunny.
I've had to take my headphones out because I couldn't hear you, but I'll put back in there. And also as well, the wise man of the channel, the one who gives the channel a bit of class. Uncle Melvin, how are you?
Good afternoon, everyone. Yeah, great to be here. Great to be on with Kevin again.
Nice one, Melvin. Good to see you, my man.
You know what? Speaking of a bit of class, Kevin Campbell. What's happening, my bro? Listen,
I'm good, man. Sonny, I'm good. Thanks for having me back on.
Have you back on, bro? Listen, bro. This is home for you, bro. It's home for you. Because you know when you're on this channel, bruv, we're not like any other channel, bruv. This is natural. This is like them people on them swingers beaches, bruv, when they walk around naked. This is natural, bruv. Right? Anyway, guys, do you know what? What we're going to talk about, Kev, right? I want to speak about that guy with that softly spoken voice, right? That shy guy, right? Who didn't really want to stand out. Even now, the guy don't really want to stand out. He stayed out of the picture, and he wasn't like you. He wasn't like Lighty. He wasn't like Rocky. You know what? This guy, It's like he wasn't like Paul Davis. It's like he could have fallen asleep standing up. He was that laid back. Tell us about Michael Thomas, bro.
Well, me and Mickey Thomas went to the same school, so he was 2-3 years older than I was.
What's the name of the school, Kev?
Henry Fulton. Went to Henry Fulton School in Clapham Common. Mickey Thomas is from Stockwell. I'm from Brixton, so not too far apart. And going to the same school and everything. Mickey Thomas was kind of someone I looked up to at school because he started to get through in the England schoolboys. So, the teachers and stuff used to hold him in high esteem. And I was a budding young player coming through, and I was like looking up to Michael. We kind of used to go to the same. We used to train at Chelsea together, Arsenal together, all that kind of thing. So we used to see each other quite a bit, although he was older. And obviously he left and then joined Arsenal.
Apparently Rocky was at Chelsea as well, wasn't he, before?
Well, that's when, you see, at those times, you didn't. It's not like now where you could sign for a club when you're a baby. You signed as a schoolboy at like 12 years old. So, that gave you a gap. So you're playing for South London, and then you could go and test out a lot of the clubs. You go Millwall, go Chelsea, you could go Palace, Charlton, Arsenal. Was training at different clubs every day virtually. So it was just a matter of finding out which one was the one you favoured most. I know Mickey used to go Spurs as well and all that. Michael was a Spurs fan as a boy. Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was a Spurs fan as a boy. But
Michael Thomas, you just got. I take it all back, bro. You just gone well down.
No. His favourite player was Glenn Hoddle.
Yeah.
But that's neither here nor there. The fact of the matter is, when you're a boy, and he's growing up, and Arsenal was there, and he joined Arsenal. Do you know what I mean? So everything changes.
But
Once you're on the inside of Arsenal, everything changes.
Bro, whoever pays your bills, bro, that's who you support, innit, at the end of the day.
Well, whoever you're playing for, you have to buy in. You know what I mean? You buy in.
I'm just going to read out your super chats because obviously without you guys supporting the channel, because you can see my headphones are stuck with sellotape, guys. It's not even proper sellotape. It's a masking tape, cheap stuff. I need help. Kevin Campbell, you got connections, bruv. I need some headphones, bro. Put them in the post. Anyway, guys, London Tower Radio. Big up yourselves, London Tower Radio. Thanks for your donation. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. Another very good guy. Who me? No, I'm not talking about who me, but I'm a good guy too. We're talking about who me in the comments. Who me? Waiting for you to come on the channel. Like always, bro. And you said to me you're going to come on, and I'm waiting for you, bro. And you're welcome. Man has every home and away program and ticket for that season. The Anfield program, mint and ticket for that game cost me £75 on its own. Framed history class, best finish to a season ever. Do you know what? Bro? I even go one further than that. I'll say it's the best finish in sporting history, right? But it's not the best finish because, bro, you haven't seen me perform, bro. I've got styles when it comes to finishing, bro. Right?
It's a big thing to say. Best ever finish in all sports.
Bro, I'm like a Kama Sutra, brother. I can do it with one leg. I can finish you always, bro. I'm like a sniper. Anyway, so it's not necessarily the best finish. Listen, I'm going to tell you guys, right, how we're going to do this tonight, yeah? Because basically, it's a watch-along, right? And you've got a choice. You can either not watch it, right, and watch us, because let's face it, you guys know what's happened anyway, right? But the point is reliving it, right? Because you can never really relive good moments often enough, right? But for some reason, we relive bad ones in our mind every day. We take them to bed with us. So let's clear out negativity. For the next 50 minutes on this podcast, all we're going to speak about is success, love, and Arsenal Football Club. The club we fell in love with, yeah? And these guys, that guy in the bottom left-hand corner and his what's name, his co-workers, yeah? So this is how we're doing it. In the bio, there is a link to the ITV, the ITV extended highlights, right? You're going to need 2 devices, don't forget, because basically if you're watching this one, you can't go and watch that one, right? And if you're not going to watch this one, what's the point of watching that one? You can do that anytime. So watch this one, right? So go and get yourself another device. You know, even if it means your girlfriend's on the phone, kick her off. Just get her phone off her, right? And watch them both. And interact with us. You've got a chance to interact with a former Arsenal footballer who was in the squad, who a couple of years later smashed the league and won a Premier League medal, and was there on that night getting pissed on the way home. We want to hear it all, right? We want to hear it all. So that's what you need to do. You need to go into the description and just give me a shout out when everyone is ready to go on, and we'll watch this game and we'll go through things, right?
Okay.
Kev, before we start, or any of you guys, before we start, is there anything you want to say before we get into the game?
I was gonna ask where was everybody? Because me being the only person that wasn't alive at that time, where were you guys in '89 when this game was happening? Was anyone there? Were you guys? And just tell me, paint the picture for everybody.
How old was you, Melvin? How old was you in '89, Melvin?
You weren't born, mate.
I was 34. I was.
Melvin weren't born. He's too young.
Yeah, I like you, Kevin. I like you a lot.
He's 28. He's 28. That's what marriage has done to him. He's only 28. Marriage has done that to him.
Nah, I was 34 years old. I didn't go to the game. I possibly could have got a ticket. Possibly, not definitely, because a couple of friends of mine went. But I had my confidence was drained on the basis that we were so far ahead near the end of the season. I think we're 11 points clear. And all of a sudden, we dropped points. We had 2 home games where I think we needed to win one of them. And we got 1 point out of 2 games. And just everyone's shoulders was down. But you listen to the manager and you think, well, perhaps we have got a chance. But at the time, my shoulders were down. I watched it at home. And when Mickey Thomas scored that goal, I screamed so much I woke up my baby upstairs. My wife gave me a rucky, but I said, "Come on, you've got to let me."
You know what? Save that magic moment. Save that magic moment. Before you come to the climax, Melvin, you've got to do the foreplay, bruv. Save that magic moment. Me, it was a bittersweet day for me, to be honest with you. Kevin knows the story. For me, I was 19 years old and my brother was 20. And it was the day of my dad's funeral. Right, and my dad was a proper gooner as well, and you know, all day I was at the funeral or family around. We was obviously our lives fell apart. You know, I was giving the guy a kiss of life a couple of days before, you know, and I didn't know what to do. And you know, life, and the circumstances you find yourself in. Yeah, and then in the evening, it was the biggest night of my life as an Arsenal fan. The biggest night of my life as an Arsenal fan. You know what? I wasn't going to let nothing stop me from watching that game. Nothing. Because to be honest with you, I watched it out of respect for my dad as well, right? Because my dad was a gooner. He never fucking took me to games though. When one day when I go to heaven, my dad used to always promise me on a Tuesday he'll take us to a game, yeah? The Saturday used to come, he used to give us an excuse, right? And in the end, other people used to take us, his friends used to take us, then we got used to going on their own. But anyway, yeah, I was 19 years old, my brother's 20. And the biggest moment, what touched me in that game, right, is because it was Hillsborough, guys. It was Hillsborough. It's tragedy. It was, you know, that's why the league was delayed. That's why it finished as it did. And basically, Hillsborough, and when the Arsenal players, right, which didn't have nothing to do with us, came out on the pitch with a bouquets of flowers, right? Yeah, that's Hillsborough. That's how tragic it was, yeah? People lost their lives. When the Arsenal players came out, as Arsenal in them days were such a class club, I'm telling you, right? You know, Bank of England club, we were class. We set the trends of being a decent club. You know, when Arsenal come out with a bouquet of flowers, the tears streamed down from my brothers and my eyes, right? And you know what? It felt like to us that they brought their flowers out for us that day, honestly. And you know what? If there's any Arsenal players listening now, and obviously Kevin knows this, Nigel knows this as well, because I mentioned it to him as well. If I ever get a chance to meet Michael Thomas, you know what? He could call me every name under the sun, and I'll kiss that guy on both cheeks. I'm telling you, because he made my whole life that night, right? And he done it for my dad too. Kev.
Well, Igal, let me just tell you, it was I was at the game, so. But normally, what happens is, as a squad, you go up the day before the game. But George Graham decided not to. He said, "Right, what we're going to do? We're going to do it SAS style. So we're going to go up the morning of the game, go in, do the business, win, and come back." all on the same day. So I remember Dave Rocastle, who played, he picked me up from Brixton Town at 5 o'clock in the morning, drove up to Highbury, parked his car. We put the skips on the bus, me, Rocky, Tony Donnelly, and the coach driver, Frank, up to London Colney to pick all the other players up. That was the training ground. And then we go up to Liverpool. So we got up to Liverpool for the afternoon. No team meeting. We just went straight in, had some lunch and stuff like that. The boys could go to bed or do whatever they're doing. And then we come down, had a team meeting. The manager named the team and subs. And he just spoke to everybody about, what he saw. He said, look, don't be worried if we're 0-0 at half time. He said, we've got Liverpool right where we want them, and everybody was just like looking at each other. This is a Liverpool team who dominated Europe, not only domestically in England, they dominated the whole of Europe. So they're an excellent team. So we obviously get on the bus and you go down to the stadium, and the atmosphere was electric. It was electric. So, I was there. I was in the dressing room and all that kind of thing. So it was a fantastic build up to an epic night.
Kev, a very, very interesting thing happened that night, right? Just before we get into the team formation, right? Because we want to do a build up to this year. Guys, everyone, I just want to hope you lot have had time to click on the link as well and get it ready as well, guys. But we were playing for the majority of the season. We were playing in a 4-4-2, wasn't we? Right? And for some reason, I don't know why, but George Graham changed it. As players, right? Did you guys look yourself? Because bear in mind, right? Arsenal had taken like a 10-point lead, didn't they? At one point, 10-30-point lead we had. I'm going to just share this actually, so you guys can see it. Our last running a game. Let's see if I could actually do it. Bear a second, guys.
Probably the most important result was Middlesbrough away.
Let's see how far back you go.
Middlesbrough away.
1-0. We won 1-0. Martin Hayes.
Yeah.
That was important, I tell you.
Yeah.
Kev, I can remember we smashed Norwich at Highbury, right? 5-0. 5-0. The reason I can remember that, I saw some girl then, bro. She was fit as fiddle, bro. Lisa Smith. If you're watching Lisa Smith, you was like, right? Anyway, 5-0, and she was happy for 2 reasons. It's a good result. Anyway, enough of that. Then this is where it all started going wrong. Derby, we lost at Highbury, bro. What happened?
Dean
Saunders. Listen, these are the things that happen when you're going for the title. There's hiccups, and think about it. If it doesn't happen, then the epic night at Anfield don't happen. This is just one of them things. You can't put your finger on it. You fancy us to beat Derby for sure. We end up getting done. I think it was a penalty that undone us.
It was a penalty. And then Dean Saunders got the ball off of Adams, I think, and ran away from him.
And run around him, So that was the start of it. And then at home, you're beating Wimbledon 2-0.
Yeah. You know what? I was at that game.
You're winning 2-0, and you expect we're going to win this, and then it's going to go down to the wire. But Wimbledon could do that to anybody, couldn't they? They could come back, nerves kick in. The team had never been through. The team had never done the league. These young players had never done the league, so they didn't know how to navigate, how to do it. So it was all a learning curve. Liverpool had done it for years, haven't they?
That's right.
Yeah.
We hadn't.
Who's the leader?
Does that matter?
Who's the leader that kicked everyone in the ass and said, "We're doing this"?
No, it was because look, the manager hadn't done it, the team hadn't done it. So if nobody's done it, you could talk it, but until you actually do it, you understand what I mean? Talk is cheap.
That's what I was asking, right?
Hold on, until you actually do it, That's why 89 was so important for the Arsenal Football Club, because that's why the next season Liverpool came back as they would as champions, and then the season after that we won it clean.
Yeah, yeah.
Because we knew how to navigate, we knew how to do it. Lost one game, conceded 18 goals. You know, that's how you know. That's the only way you get through is by doing it. Sorry,
Kev,
Sonny.
that's what I want to ask. That's what I want to ask you, Kev, right? Because as fans, we take a lot of things for granted, right? That you know, like footballers have got ability. That you got some world class players, right? And you're that close. You're that close to the ultimate prize, right? Ultimate prize. And for Arsenal back in the days, 18 years, we didn't have a sniff of it, or even we didn't have a sniff of it, right? It was crap. It was crap. We had a little spell under Terry Neal.
Cup team.
We're the cup team. And a lot of that season, you lot were playing out of skin, yeah. Arsenal playing out of their skin, and then the nerves set in, yeah. Then the nerves set in. You know, as someone who's not a professional, right? How do you professionals? How does it work that you say you lost your bottle or it just didn't go right, or you hit that mental wall?
No, Sonny. What people have to understand is you're playing against other professionals. You're playing against other professionals who have nothing to lose.
Yeah, yeah.
They've got everything to gain.
Yeah.
So if they lose 5-0, it's expected. Arsenal, they're going for the title. But you know what? There's always a banana skin somewhere. There's always a team, and some of them teams want the other opposition to win.
Yeah.
So they play hard. And listen, let me tell you something. When you play for Arsenal, this is why some players look good at other clubs, but when they come to Arsenal, they don't look so good. You get the best of everybody.
Yeah, yeah.
At Arsenal, you get the best. They come to Highbury or the Emirates, they are giving you their best because they're on the stage.
Yeah.
That's the difference. And that's why a lot of players can't play for the big teams. Wow. You know?
Kev, let me ask you a question, right, as well. So, all right. So you obviously you was around the dressing room because you just come back from your loan spell because obviously your loans were short.
No, I was back a good few months.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, right, so back a couple of months.
So you was back around things, and you was around a group of guys, your friends who you grew up with this winning mentality. You lot were South London. South London, but we don't mess about. You know what it is. I don't care what these other people say. South London, we don't mess about, bruv. You know what?
Was that Leyton Orient or Leicester that season?
I was at Leyton Orient that season.
But thing is, so when George Graham on that day, turned around and said to you guys, right, and we're going to hear George Graham's words from me because I'm going to go to it, right? When George Graham said on that day, guys, we're going to a three at the back, right? We're going to three at the back. Bear in mind,
he did. Hold on, he didn't.
That's
say,
what I want you to. Yeah.
What happened was after the Wimbledon game, we're in training because remember the game was on a Friday.
Mm-hmm.
So there was no day off. We came in, so we started to prepare for the Liverpool game. And the way the boys trained, we trained in different setups. We trained in a 4 and we trained in a 5. Just to put it in the player's head. So he wasn't sure what he was going to do, but he was thinking about, if I alter it, this is what I'm going to do. And obviously he decided on the way up there how he's going to go. The key players for Liverpool at the time were John Barnes and Ray Houghton.
Yeah.
Listen, tell everyone how good Liverpool were in them days as well.
No,
how good was John Barnes?
John Barnes, well, I mean,
for someone who doesn't know too much about it,
is there anybody we could even compare him to now?
Bro, that guy scored a Brazilian goal against the Brazilians. You know that guy was class.
He was like a Brazilian.
Yeah, he was.
He was like a Brazilian.
He had a big bum.
That was tough, and he could do it when the tackles were flying. That's the difference, He could do it when the tackles were flying.
I remember, Kevin, he tore us apart in the when he was playing for Watford as a kid.
Watford, yeah.
He absolutely murdered us. It was unbelievable.
Let's get into the game a second.
What minute are we going to start it at?
We're gonna start off. I just want you guys to see what George Graham just said before the game. So I'm going to share this. I want you guys to actually see it.
Let me get the video up.
Hey, girl, it's like driving test, bro. Don't tell me what to do because I'll end up going around the roundabout the wrong way. You know this technical stuff is your business, bro. I'm an old man, bro.
We got some comments saying John Barnes was levels.
Yeah, he was unbelievable.
John Barnes
was unbelievable.
He was
unbelievable. Player of the year and all that. You know, went from Watford to Liverpool. He was unbelievable.
Was he the first black superstar in the Premier League?
In the Premier League, I would say he's the only one. But remember, this wasn't Premier League. This was Division 1.
Oh wow!
So Premier League hadn't even come in yet. 3 years to the 4 years. To Premier League.
Great ambassador for black people and football and what was going on in them days as well. But that's a totally different show. That needs a different show on its own thing. Let's just hear what George Graham's got. Look, George Graham's got to say, boys. This bear in mind, guys. We're sitting in our house. We couldn't get a ticket, right? They're playing behind closed doors. We're doing it now. This game is now.
Oh, right? There's no closed doors. What closed door?
No, I'm saying this game is now, though. This game is now. Let's see what George Graham's got to say. If I press the right bloody button. Right, hang on. Hang on. Sorry, boys. Sorry. Hang on. We're getting there. We're getting there.
Oh, man.
It might not be a 3-hour game.
What do you call it?
It can't be 3 hours, Sonny.
Like trash talk back then?
Sorry?
You go. Stop asking questions, but I've got you there.
It's like climbing a mountain, really. But there's no reason why we can come up here. Nobody really fancies us outside Highbury. So we can relax and enjoy the game and hopefully get the goals that we need.
Philosophical, and what on earth would you expect? Well, that's
philosophical. What on earth would you expect? You know what? George Graham was like. He looked like Sherlock Holmes. He looked like Basil Rathbone like Sherlock Holmes, and he came up with a plan. Just want to show big respect to Sir Bobby Robson. There he is. Sir Bobby Robson. What another lovely guy. Lost, lovely guy in football. Another great guy in football we've lost. Just want to show you guys the Arsenal players coming out of the dugout as well.
Well, Bobby, thanks very much. It's 100 years since English football produced an occasion such as this. The teams occupying first and second place in the championship, head to head, the last match of the season for the league championship.
7 is very high
for
the left back.
Right, I'm just going to turn the volume down as well. This was a Liverpool side. This was a Liverpool side. Here we go. Hang on. Get back. Here we go. Right, guys, can you hear us?
Yeah.
Right, great. Melvin, tell us about some of these great Liverpool players, Melvin.
Well, we've spoken about Barnes. Grobler was a very, very good goalkeeper. He made the odd mistake, but not that many. He was superb. You had Ablett, he played right back that night, but he could play at centre half, and he was very, very good on the ball, very, very physical.
Yeah,
Staunton had a fan.
He could do anything.
Sorry?
He was like a tablet. He could do anything.
Yeah, true. Staunton left-footed, beautiful left foot. Nickel was tough as you like, and so was Whelan. I mean, he was in midfield. He used to crunch people, but Hansen was class. That guy. I saw him play against us in a Charity Shield once. I think they just signed him. He had so much. He had so much time on the ball. He had so much time. Houghton was very good. He was very fast. Played a bit wide. Aldrich was a poor man's Rush, but he was a very, very good player. Rush was one of those players that he needed only half a chance. It was a goal. So
Superstar,
Barnes we spoke about, and McMahon used to again run the midfield. He was tough. He was direct, and not only were they good players individually, they were great as a team.
Yeah,
great as a team.
Kev, I'll go as far to say, right, and I'm really not exaggerating, right. I think Alan Hansen was the best centre back I've ever seen in my life. in my opinion.
Well, back then he was. Back then he was cool, calm, collected. He read the game so well. You know, they would say he wasn't quick. He never got done for pace. You never see anybody run away from him. Very good on the ball. Alan Hansen could play now and run the show because he was so good on the ball.
Yeah, brilliant.
You know, he was excellent. I mean, you look at the spine of their team from Grobbelaar right up to Rush. You know, that's a heavyweight team. You know, Grobbelaar, Hansen, McMahon and Whelan and Rush. Then you put Houghton on the right and Barnes on the left.
The only one missing did Lawrenson come afterwards? And he teamed up with Hansen.
No, he was. I think he was before then.
Yeah, he was before then. Yeah.
Because I think Ablett played centre back.
Yeah, you could be right.
And Stevie Nicol played right back, and Staunton played left back.
You know what? One thing, Steve Nicol. I hated him then. I hate him now. What a horrible, evil man this guy is. You know, he's on ESPN.
He doesn't like Arsenal, does he?
Steve Nicol, you're still bitter, bro. You're still bitter. Get over it.
He's a little biased.
No, he's a good guy, you know. He's a good guy, Steve Nicol. He's a good guy, man. He's a good guy.
He might be a good guy, but you can tell that he's Liverpool biased. Very Liverpool
Of course
biased.
he is. Why wouldn't he be?
A lot of guys, Kevin, a lot of guys on TV, when it comes to being on Arsenal's side, I don't see a lot of guys favoring Arsenal and being biased.
No, they're not because they don't like Arsenal. But listen, we have to get over it. That's life.
You're right. That's
life.
Let's go to the Arsenal team.
How good was Paul Merson? I always see pictures about him. I always see him, some of his highlights, but like.
Yeah, but this is where 89 was where Merce played striker. It was Merce and Alan Smith was a partnership that done very well.
Yeah.
The great thing about Merce is Merce could play anywhere across the front four.
Yeah.
And of the front two positions, or wide right or wide left, he was that versatile. Could even play as a number 10 just in behind. Merce was very gifted, very good player.
Well, let's go for our team then, Kev and Melvin. Obviously, Igaldo Davies. You know what? These players here. I used to go to Arsenal soccer schools very, very regularly. Me and my brother, right? That's where we met David Rocastle, right? And Vic Akers, we knew very well. All the youth development people at Arsenal I knew really well. And you know, the junior gunners back in them days, guys. It's not like it is now. Well, I don't really know like it is now. But I'll tell you something. In them days, they'll let you in the JVC Centre while Arsenal training, right? We had then, and you're so close to the players, and they all had time for you. John Lukic, man, quiet guy. Go from 1 to 11, guys, and give me your rundown.
I just want to say one thing. There's only one person I don't know on this list. Two people I don't know on this list. The number 1 and number 8, Richardson. Those are the only people.
Two unsung heroes.
Absolutely. You know something, Kevin? I thought that he was man of the match, Richardson, that night.
He was unbelievable. He was
unbelievable.
He was brilliant.
Class.
Can you imagine a Kevin Richardson in the Arsenal midfield now?
Yeah, I can, because that's what we've been crying out for, haven't we?
Everything we're missing.
For all those. Egal, John Lukic was very good goalkeeper, tall. He was pretty commanding now that he's got that back 4-5 in front of him under George Graham. You know, he done really well that season. And if we're honest, Melvin, it shouldn't have come to this game. We should have won the title.
Of course. 100%.
Weeks ago.
Yeah.
But we'd never been the course. So, you know, you look at John Lukic in goal, and then you go right back, Lee Dixon and Winterburn.
Yeah.
Bought Lee Dixon from Stoke City, Igal. Bought Winterburn from Wimbledon.
Yeah.
You know, Tony Adams played. Steve Bold, they bought him from Stoke. Adams and O'Leary were homegrown players. O'Leary was the experience. Adams was the young leader. Yeah. So, you know, that was kind of the back
five. Tell me a little
five.
bit more about O'Leary, because another person I don't know too much about. I've heard a lot about him, but I don't know too much about him.
He's Arsenal's record cap holder. record number of appearances.
Yeah, he's the appearance holder. He played in the played in the 71 Cup final, didn't he? Sorry, 70. Yes. No, he played in the 70s.
79 Cup final. He played
79
in,
Cup final. He played in against Man United. 80 Cup final, where we lost. So that was kind of his era. The Terry Neal time Terry Neal brought him in, came through the ranks, Igal, and he's the record appearance holder. So he stems probably 3 decades at the club.
And
Kevin, how good was he on the deck? Kevin,
he was excellent.
How good was? Yeah, brilliant on the deck.
Well, they called him Spider.
Brilliant.
They called him Spider.
Kevin, I'm not going to put you on the spot. I'm not going to put you on the spot, but I'm going to ask the other 2 boys. Who would you guys say would you say Alan Smith, since he was the best goal scorer that season, would you say arguably he was one of the best players in the league at that time?
Alan Smith was a very unattractive player, to be honest with you. He was a skinny guy, a tall guy, very bandy, in my opinion.
He was very clever, though, Sonny. Great.
Very clever.
Scored 20-odd goals.
Do you know what,
23 goals.
I mean, did he make Kevin
scored 20-odd goals.
Do you know what,
Kevin? A few.
Brilliant.
He was everything that John Hartson at the time, and a bit after, John Hartson and Noel Quinn tried to be, but they come along. Their time come along a lot later, unfortunately for Arsenal. But
don't forget, Noel Quinn is part of this squad.
Yeah,
that's right.
You know, Noel Quinn, we sat behind the Liverpool goal in the Arsenal with the Arsenal fans for 85 minutes.
Yeah, I got a couple more questions, but I'll leave it for the game.
Do you know what I mean? But
so how did you walk around then, Kevin? What, they allowed you to walk around?
Of course. Yeah. Because that was where our seats were. So the only way we could get round there was round the back of the goal.
I see.
Open the gate and we go into the Arsenal fans, and then with 5 minutes to go, we get led back round towards the tunnel. And as we get round there and we kind of get settled, Lukic is bowling it out, so we get to.
Oh my God!
I nearly got lifted, so don't worry about that.
Did you run on the pitch at the end of the game?
I nearly got lifted. We'll deal with that when we get to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ben Abrahams. Guys, everyone in the comments, you know this channel, right? It's not just about us chatting along, even though we're trying to make the most of Kevin Campbell's time as much as we can, because we're blessed to have him here. But Ben, you sound like a proper diehard, bruv. And you're the type of guy that I'd love to have on the podcast as well as everyone else. But Ben, I really would appreciate. I'm going to put my Twitter handle up later and my Facebook links and all that to come on. But I would love it if you come on the channel and become a regular, and anyone else who wants to as well. Please reach out to me, because this channel is for you lot. So this is all for you lot. So come on and you host it. You put your content up. But we'll go back onto the game now. Should we get into the game?
Yeah, I think it's time now, mate.
Good idea. Yeah.
Come on, then. Let's get into the game. So basically, there we go. What am I watching on? Right. Where have you lot started from?
I was going to go from like 6
minutes.
minutes.
Lucas is just about to bowl the ball out or kick it out.
John Lucas has got the ball. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What minute?
I think it's the first minute. Ball's gone back.
Yeah, it's in the first minute. Gone back to him. So.
Oh yeah.
20
extended highlights, guys. So it's not the whole game. It is extended highlights.
Yeah, that's 4 minutes 50 seconds, guys.
Right. I'm saying John Lewis should kick it out. Is that right?
4:39, 4:40. I've got 4:39, 4:40.
Well, here he goes.
The first half for me was actually quite boring, to be honest with you.
No, wait, that's just the way George Graham wanted it.
Guys,
no excitement for Liverpool. No excitement. Let's just nullify them.
As I recall, we had the best chance, though, didn't we? Had a couple of good, decent chances first.
Steve Bold had a header, didn't he, and stuff like that. Yeah, and there was a rebound that came out, and the ball got put over. But again, we're in the ascendancy. But as long as they don't have too many up, there was a couple of long-range rushy hit one
straight at the keeper,
straight at the keeper and stuff. But if we can keep them outside the box, it's a job well done.
Guys, were the pitches? This was actually pretty decent compared to. I watched 71. Those were terrible. This is actually a lot better than 70s.
Well,
guys,
Anfield was one of the better pitches.
Guys in the comments, how many of you have actually got the game on in the comments?
They can watch the playback also. People in the playback.
So what I'm going to do, I'm going to read out your comments as well as you guys talk about what's going on in the game as well.
I just seen the free kick.
Yeah, we started now.
Yeah, I just seen the free kick.
Free kick.
But we just got the free kick now. Who says stop Rush, stop Beardsley, and stop Aldridge. You know what? And then you got Barnes. You got Manning, you got Whelan. Yeah, it's true.
Did you see he sent a super chat also?
Yeah, I'm going back to read that now. Just an idea. When Casey can do it another time, the 1991 season, the proper season to do that one, and we weren't boring. When we only lost once, class talk that would be. Yeah.
Oh, that's a nice run. Rocastle, you see that? Glided past.
I'm on the corner, guys. What about you guys?
Yeah,
I'm on the
corner.
I'm on the corner.
Oh, over the bar.
For me, the 91 seems better than Invincibles, in my opinion.
Over the bar. That was Michael Thomas, number 4, right?
And listen, this is the great thing about Arsenal. Everyone's going to have their favourites.
Mickey Thomas did the same thing as well, didn't he?
You know, you've got to have the teams to say that were my favourite team or that one was my favourite team. If you only have one team, then you stick with that one team, don't you? But to have multiple teams doing it at any one time or of different times is this what makes Arsenal great, mate?
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Are you seeing how competitive Arsenal are in the middle of the pitch, by the way?
I was just going to say that.
I just seen that.
They should have the fans of today watching this team, and that's what 100% means.
Alan Smith's tackle in the midfield.
Look at this. Look at that. Look.
Football Brownie. It was 2 substitutions back then, but it was only 2 points. It was only 2 points for a win as well. Don't forget. Jimmy Hill brought that in. 3 points.
When did they change that from 2 subs? Because honestly, if you asked me that in a quiz question, I didn't even know that there was 2 subs back then. I just thought it was always 5 subs.
Yeah.
What game you play? Buff. Oh, football buff. My real name, everyone used to call me Sonny because my name's Sonny.
Steve Bold with hair.
Sonny Maradona, buff. Sonny Maradona, that's me, my bro. And I just want to shout out Kenny Sansom as well. Kenny Sansom, get well soon. Arsenal, sort out Kenny Sansom. Let's get back on track.
You know what, Kevin? Years ago, they probably couldn't afford 5 substitutes. A lot of teams.
No, they couldn't. No, they couldn't. Yeah. I mean, at one stage it was none, then it was 1. And then it changed to 2. I think it was the 80s. It started to go to 2, didn't it?
Yeah.
Now soon might be 5 per game.
Joe, Ben Abraham the same. Perfect first half. Was it a perfect first half? Because I was shitting myself. There's no way we're scoring 2 in the second half.
Number 9 was
management thought it was.
That's Rushy. He was their record goal scorer. He's a great player.
Oh, what a forward! Yeah, look at this.
Yeah, great player. You know. But if we can keep them to shooting outside the box, we fancied our chances.
Back then,
again,
there a lot
the key
of
is nullifying. The key is nullifying Liverpool at Anfield. Not many teams could do that.
That's true.
Was there a lot of weight training? Because Steve Bold to me looks like the biggest guy on the pitch.
Well, he probably is the tallest.
I'll tell you what though, there's a big difference between the 89 team and the 91 team though. You know, personnel wise.
Yeah.
Big
again,
difference.
Things evolve. You know, hunger, players move on. George Graham wants to revamp things. So, you know, there's 2 hungry youngsters coming through, you know, who were at this game, who fancied their chances of getting a game, mate. But obviously we were probably a bit too young and inexperienced at the time. Myself and David Elliott, who got into that 1991 team and got our first.
That's the reason we won it. David Hillier was a very big player in that winning team, and yourself, obviously, very big on us winning that league for the second time. Because we still had the good defence, but we had you for that little bit of extra up front.
Yeah,
that made the big difference.
Nigel Winterburn took all the free kicks.
Not necessarily, but he did that night.
Not all, but that night, if it was on the left, we liked in-swingers. You know, in-swinging balls, so our tall players could get a little touch on it. And we could catch a lot of teams off guard. But I've got to say, I've got to tell you, no teams went to Anfield and hardly come away with a point, let alone winning by 2 clear goals.
Kevin, how many teams went to Anfield never crossed the halfway line?
Yeah, true.
It's true, isn't it?
Very true.
They never did. Why do that? Why do we want to cross the halfway line? You ain't going to score.
Peter Beardsley, why are they showing him so much right now?
Because
He's just come on
Russia's
as a
gone off
sub.
injured.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question about him, or in general? I'm not saying him, but let's, you know what? Let's say him. Let's say him, right? Racist prick. Anyway, I'll ask you a question about Kev. These people you mix with, you rub shoulders with, yeah, and then you find out later on that they've gone through a race section or whatever. Just treat someone wrongly. If it was you, I know you're quite mild mannered. You don't really say a lot, but don't you feel like giving someone a piece of your mind on in that? Not necessarily Peter Beardsley. I'm saying in general.
The problem is, Sonny, you don't hear all the story, so it's very difficult to make your mind up on something that the media say. Very difficult, because we all know what they're good at, don't we?
Bro, but
They're good at stirring the pot. I like to. Listen, I've always been told from as a kid, there's 3 sides to every story. One side, your side, and the truth. So unless you know the truth, you can't really comment. But if the truth is the truth, then you could say, hey, you bang out of order.
All right, so
if you don't know the truth, it's very difficult to comment.
I'm not going to say names, right? I'm not going to say names because it's not out in public forum, so I ain't going to start throwing things out. Yeah, I heard there were certain people, backroom staff at Arsenal. I'm not going to say coaches. I'm not going to say who. I'm just saying backroom staff at Arsenal. Very racist back in these days.
It's different times.
Does it matter if it's different times or not?
Or
does it matter this time on?
No, because what you have to realize is there's stuff that people would consider culturally inappropriate now that wasn't inappropriate at the time.
Arsenal was not Snow White, and there was people at Arsenal in them days which were racist, very racist.
Sonny, it's always it's sometimes it comes to the front, sometimes it doesn't, but it's there. Different forms of racism is always going to be there, I'm afraid, and that is it. It's horrible, and what people do they get more confidence to come out with it. For some reason,
it's halftime right now,
and it's horrible. And
well, Sonny, this is what I can say. I was at Arsenal from 12 years old, and I left. I was 25. I never heard any racism at Arsenal. There were stuff that would go on, and you'd get pulled up on it. Of course, you would. I mean, I don't know if you heard the one about the mural. You remember the mural when the North Bank was getting done?
I know about that. That's amazing.
Yeah, so we're training at Highbury, and I see David Dean there. So David Dean says, "How are you, Kev?" So I said, "Mr. Dean, why is there none of my brothers on the mural?" and this is the type of club Arsenal were. He looked up and he says, "Kev, I'm so sorry," and he went to rectify it straight away.
Yeah.
So that's what you're dealing with. You're dealing with good people.
But you're telling me when they bloody Turks on there either.
No, but you know what I'm getting away from that right now? The relationship you had with the people at the top back then, players, it seemed more.
We just missed the goal. We just missed the goal.
No. Second half now. Second half.
No, I've got to the goal.
Look at that.
You're too far, man. You're too far.
I'm going to have to come back.
Kevin, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Why on earth at 25 did Arsenal sell you?
No, they didn't sell me. My contract was up. Remember, George Graham era just finished.
Right.
Stuart Houston was a caretaker manager.
That's right. Yeah.
Got to the end of that season. My contract was up. New manager, Bruce Rioch, came in and sat down with him. So it was a matter of, obviously, I'm an Arsenal boy. I want to stay, but the regime's changing now. So I want to see what he's all about. I met him once. That was enough for me.
Yeah.
Not
we
for
got
me.
Another super chat, guys.
I used to hear that he could never make up his mind on anything. Absolutely.
I don't know because I weren't with him, but there weren't a lot of good things spoken about him.
Oh, I just seen the goal
by Righty.
Guys, let's paint the picture.
No,
of the
him
goal.
and Righty never got on. That's a circle.
Guys, 1 second. The goal. Let's repaint the picture. The free kick. Who was taking the free kick again?
Nigel Winterburn.
Nigel Winterburn. It was an in-swinger.
Egal, this is what Liverpool were good at. Look at them putting pressure on the referee at Anfield. It was a perfectly good goal.
I want to ask you a question. So wait till the
perfectly
goal goes in. I'm just slightly behind you. Wait till it goes in. I'll ask you a question, Kevin.
Go on.
What's wrong with that?
Right, Kevin. I want to ask you this question. What were they complaining about?
No, they were just listen. They were complaining. They were saying they were trying it on. Did he get a touch?
They've got to do something.
Did he get a touch? Was he offside? And you know, at Anfield, what they do, they put pressure. They put pressure on the linesman and referee, and they would normally change it.
There's no VAR. Why are they talking?
Yeah, because they're saying that. Watch Ronnie Whelan. Watch Ronnie Whelan. Watch him.
He goes right up to him, doesn't he? Yeah, look at him. Up to him.
Oh yeah.
I wonder what he said to him.
Gary Lewin explaining. Yeah. See, he's a mile onside, and he gets a header.
Yeah.
You guys see this?
Yeah.
You guys see this?
Yeah.
Free kick comes in. Alan Smith off his head.
Adams has made a darting little run in there. And Smith!
We're 1-0 up.
Alan Smith is one hell of a player, eh? Oh my God, look at the mud on his face. Did you guys see that? He's already bruised and everything.
Bloody mud.
Warrior.
Really beautiful free kick.
We're going to come back to that. We're going to come back to that goal in a second. Just going to want to read these super chats out. Who me? Thanks for your donation again, bro. Katie, would you remember Jay Bothroyd? Was going to be the main man.
No, he was. He must have been in the. He must have been in a kid. He was a kid I'd left the club by.
Yeah.
The time he started coming through.
Yeah.
Fisher at the bench. He got subbed. He got subbed. Another one is Fisher. Next week, Don Howe said he will never play again for the club or the shirt.
Well, Don Howe wasn't at the club when Jay Bothroyd was there. So.
It was the old time Granny Xhaka, wasn't he?
He hardly played for us.
How well do you know Rowan Ricketts, bro?
Who?
You? Do you know Rowan Ricketts?
No, don't know him, no.
Rowan, bro, if you're watching this, you're hiding from me, bro. On Instagram, you're hiding from me. On Twitter, you're hiding from me. On Facebook, I'll find you. You've been at Salsa Club dancing, bro. So come on the channel as well. He said he's coming on, and he said he's coming on now. Now he's ducking me, so I'm gonna have
you guys noticed on the sidelines the camera people are taking up too much of the space?
Should we go? Do you want to go back to the goal? Should we go back to the goal and talk through the goal? The first goal.
Oh, I just love the way. Look at this. Look at this. Look. So strong, Rocastle. So strong.
Do you want to go back?
It was a bull. A bull.
Do you want to go back and talk about the first goal? Or?
Oh wow, he's just going through the whole midfield by himself.
We passed that.
Yeah, we passed that. David Rocastle. Wow, he just destroyed it. Was that Stevie Nicol or somebody else?
Staunton.
Staunton, that was, yes.
He went through Staunton. Staunton fouled him. Still couldn't stop him.
Tell me, I've been wanting to ask you guys, David Rocastle. I know you guys earlier told me there's no one that he would compare to, but what was his best attribute, you'd say? Like,
very difficult question. He had so many.
Yeah.
He was fantastic football brain.
South London Brazilian.
Strong. Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah.
But he could tackle, he could run, he could shoot, he could dribble. He was that gifted. He scored. Yeah, shoot. He was that gifted. He could play. He started off in the centre midfield. He ended up on the right midfield, but he can play either position just as well as each other. And he had ability like you wouldn't believe.
Incredible ability. Didn't he? Heart.
Yeah. In the trenches, he could put his foot in. He could go through people in the tackle. He was tough. Listen, the guy was brilliant, man. The guy was brilliant.
His pressing.
I went to the away game at Man United when he scored that goal, when he beat a couple of United. From Robson, he went past and so on, and chipped the keeper. I was at that game. What a goal!
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, and we finished one each that game, didn't it? But
yeah. The centre half Bruce scored. Yeah,
Rocastle was unbelievable.
Yeah,
guys, Nigel Winterburn's passing range is incredible. Like. The guy is just
Winterburn as well. He must have been horrible to play against, because he's always in at you. He's always in at you. He's a proper tenacious fullback as well.
But his passing is levels. Like guys talk about Xhaka and David Luiz. This guy was passing pingers.
They could all play.
But you see, Miguel, switching the plate should be standard for a
Yes.
player. You
Kev,
know, it
Kev,
shouldn't
Kev.
be.
Do you
Yeah.
remember
This is it,
Highbury?
near the end. Look at this, near the end. Then I thought we'd got
Everything
beat,
is done
everything
so
happened.
short.
Listen, before we come to that, right?
Everything is done so
Before we
short,
come to that, listen, Kev, do you remember Highbury used to be the one end of the pitch, the other end of the pitch was like a dome as well. Like
But camber had the camber.
Yeah,
Had
yeah.
the camber on it. Yeah.
Oh, I thought we'd lost it then when he missed
Oh,
that
Michael
chance.
Thompson.
I thought we were going to get one chance. I thought we were going to get, and that was it.
Right at him.
But look at the pass by Kevin Richardson. That's
Oh,
what I want you
brilliant.
to. That's
Yeah,
what I want a
beautiful.
lot of people to see.
Through the
Sonny.
legs, nutmeg.
Yeah, that pass, he
Oh.
spotted him and just puts it through his legs and he's right. You know, takes Michael Thomas by surprise a little bit, I think.
Yes, yeah. I
The
mean,
goalkeeper
Kevin
seems
Richardson,
relieved.
that
He seems
night,
relieved.
different class.
Because the ball slipped out of his hand just a few minutes ago. And
You know,
now,
he just did not put his foot through it, did he? He tentatively toe pokes it.
Yeah, because
I think the ball was in between his legs. That's why a little bit. Was
Yeah,
it,
he doesn't have the opportunity to really get some purchase behind it.
It's right in the middle of him.
guys, you know what impresses me? You guys, people make fun of long ball football, but these passes these guys are doing, it takes a lot of skill. People don't do that nowadays.
Yeah, you see, long ball and long pass is different.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You see
What-
that the passes are longer to put Liverpool under pressure, but they're mostly to a man.
Yeah. Like the one before that play, the ball that Nigel Winterberg gave to the guy, he gave it to him right
Smith,
in the
he gave it
box.
to Smith.
Yes.
Alan Smith.
And he was
Beautiful.
behind the halfway line and he got it right into the box.
Don't forget, another big thing changed. Back pass will change the way of the game.
Change football, yeah.
Let
Look,
me,
look, he brings him down. Oh my
right,
God.
I want to share something else with you guys as well. So stop your cameras. Stop your cameras.
Stop your video. You guys stopped? You guys stopped?
Signals, get forward. I think the great story from it is when Steve McMahon is putting one finger up and
Big up Kenny Sanson, bruv. Wish you a very speedy recovery. A really, really genuinely nice guy.
remember that.
Yeah, man.
As it played that night, and there's only 1 minute to go. We've lost it. That's what the lads must have been.
Corners, you say. Hit the corners.
I'm just I'm close to them lads that are actually insane. Arsenal comes streaming forward now. And surely what will be
We have to shoot this 1 minute again. This 1 minute classic, isn't it?
Arsenal comes streaming forward. That's what the lads must have been. Come on, when they scored that goal, I still watch it. I'm disappointed I wasn't there, but I'm pleased for them lads that are actually insane.
Okay. So let's go back to the video now.
Surely what will be
Yeah, don't show it, Sonny. We don't
Don't show it. Don't show it.
Don't
Stop it.
show it. We're gonna get to that.
Okay, wait.
Stop
Don't
it.
show it.
We'll come back off it because obviously we don't want to be done for any.
I'm at the 22-minute, 22:84th.
Let me stop sharing and come back to the podcast. Okay, here we go.
It's showing George Graham.
Right. Okay. Let me get there as well. Let's all get there together. Where are you at? You're showing George Graham. Oh yeah, so I'm at George Graham. Yeah.
Yellow card, I think, for the Liverpool player or Arsenal
No, our
player.
player, Richardson.
Number eight.
Richardson.
Number 8.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Richardson.
Richardson.
Kev, before we get into the goal, tell us about Kevin Richardson. Because after that, he went to Everton, didn't he, Richardson?
No, he came from Everton to Watford and Watford to Arsenal, and he was a grafter, man. He was a great lad. He was always demanding more, he was hungry, which is what George Graham loved. Hungry players. He was tough. He was aggressive. And that is exactly what we needed. We needed players like that. Remember, he'd been part of that Everton squad who'd done really well and been league champions, because he was kind of on the periphery at times and was kind of a utility man. But he got a great opportunity to come to Arsenal and make a name for himself.
Where is he now?
75 minutes into the game.
No idea. No
You guys
idea
think-
where he
you guys
is, mate.
think- You guys think it's over? 75 minutes into the
No.
game.
1-0 up and you need 1 goal. No.
Okay, let's play it again from my end.
And Ego, I'll give you a clue. Over the years, you know that being an Arsenal supporter, nothing comes easy, right?
Oh, and
you
the
know
Liverpool guys,
something's going to
they're
happen one way or the other. So you know, with 15 minutes to go, something's going to happen. All right.
Tony Adams fired up right now. You guys seen that? Tony Adams fired up. He just kicked the
They're
ball
all
out.
fired up. They're all fired
Everyone's
up.
going crazy.
You know what? We didn't really have any expectations back in them days, though. Did we?
Look, hunting in packs. Arsenal's hunting in packs. Another throw-in.
You know what? Though?
Great.
They all get stuck in, though.
You could see what George Graham was doing, though. He was building something. You know, he built that defence.
The referee's telling him about time
forward
wasting?
line right. It was. You could see something was there. I wasn't sure we were going to win the league. In fact, the first time I thought we were going to win the league that season was when we beat Everton away.
Steve Gold out, and you got
when we beat
Perry
Everton
Grove.
away. When we past that. When we beat Everton away, I thought, you know what, we've got a chance here. I thought we're good enough. We're going to do it.
Tell me about Perry Groves. Who is he?
Who is he?
They bought him from Colchester for, was it 60,000 pounds?
Yeah.
Nobody knew who he was, but you know what? He proved to be such a great signing and a great utility guy because he could play striker, he can play wide, left, wide, right. He was quick, he was direct, and you know what? He scored some really important goals for Arsenal as well.
Yeah,
really good signing.
Tintin was like a what's that, Graham, wasn't he?
Yeah,
very
quick and direct.
You know something, Egal? Defenders didn't want to play against him because he just used to get the ball, go past, kick it past, and just run. And he was so fast. He was, good squad player, brilliant squad player.
Melvin, one thing about Arsenal in them days as well, right? Because the players all came from the lower leagues, they all appreciate being at that level. And
we had two defenders from Stoke, didn't we?
And they bloody worked for it. Perry Groves just come on. Joe, one of my favourite men in football, Perry Groves is, I like listening to him on
I love listening to him. Yeah, I love listening to him.
I've done the Arsenal Stadium tour with Perry Groves. Pop nice geezer.
Guys, free kick for Liverpool.
Barnes.
Who could hit him? He had a terrific shot on him, Barnes. He could bend it. I tell you what, he was terrific.
He could rack as well.
Oh no, that was terrible. I seen that. They did a FA Cup top 50 and they put that rap in of John Barnes in the Liverpool team. Did you guys take offense to that as an Arsenal team, seeing that, or were you still at Arsenal at that time when he did the rap?
Why should we be offended?
Yeah, why would we be offended?
No, as or just fun banter. No one cared at that time.
No, it was good. It was good.
Yeah, it was all right.
It was good.
Good luck to him. He was a proper footballer, John Barnes.
And you know what? He's still everywhere he goes now. If he does like after dinner or whatever, they all want him to do the song as well. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's a good guy. Good guy, Barnes. Touch, Rocky, touch.
Did you guys find it weird that the cameramen were so close to the pitch? Almost like if you get thrown into the crowd, cameraman's gonna break your fall.
No, that was normal then. That was normal.
It was normal.
Anfield must have been so quiet. Not Anfield, and the whole of Liverpool must have been so quiet after this game. It must have been
No.
Ooh, Michael Thomas.
Sonny, Sonny. It was the red side were crying, the blue side were partying, mate.
I can imagine, yeah.
You know what I heard?
Nigel
Kevin, you know what I heard?
Ping.
Go on.
I heard that Liverpool at the end of the game, I think Dalglish and a player, I don't know if it was Russian or not, came in the Arsenal dressing room with a whole crate of champagne. They said that was for us. We thought that you've owned it. It's for you. Is that right?
What the hell is
it weren't Dalglish. It weren't Dalglish or Rush. It was Roy Evans and Ronnie Moran.
Oh, right, the two other managers. Yeah,
the boot room boys. The boot room boys.
That was a bit of class, wasn't it, Kevin? That to them to do that.
Of course, they stayed in and had a glass of champagne.
Really?
We had stayed in, wished us all the best. Any team that comes there and wins 2-0 deserves it. Well done.
Guys, stop this streaming with me. Right? This is a story which is really worth reading out. Brilliant story.
He dived. Stevie Nicol dived.
Don't forget about it. We're saying Ben has said, well, when I owned my bar Secrets in Thailand, I bet you can tell some stories, Ben. Steve McMahon came in with his friends. I sent them around a round of drinks over, and he wanted to say thank you. He called me over, and I looked over and put one finger up and said 1 minute. This happened again a couple of minutes later. When I did walk round with a beaming smile, with a beaming smile and a lady boy on each side of you, probably, Ben, right? He looked at me and said, "You're a fucking gooner." He was a gentleman. We had a few drinks and a great chat. Great story, Ben. Brilliant story.
He's a good lad,
beautiful
Steve
set piece.
McMahon. He's a very, very good lad, mate. Steve
Is he?
McMahon. Yeah, he's a good lad. He's a good guy.
Got a super chat. Got a super chat as well. Humi, thank you again. We won 89. We won 1991. How many was in the England squad for Italia 90? The Euros for 92. Just Adams, sometimes Smith, Dixon, shocking fix for certain clubs. So there's a time when I used to have 4 or 5 players in the England team, no?
Yeah, in the squad. There was at one time, I think there was 5, 6 of us in the squad.
Yeah.
Guys,
that's life,
set
innit?
piece, that set piece that Liverpool did, it was so intricate. No one does that anymore. No one does like 4 passes inside the box for a set piece.
John Barnes should have kept the ball. That's probably what's going to haunt him for the rest of his life. You know?
No chance. No chance. Kevin Richardson was just down injured before that, and he's one-on-one. You're talking about the mighty Liverpool at Anfield. They ain't going to no corners. No chance.
And he's a fair player.
He almost scored. That Liverpool guy almost scored.
Let's face it, Barnes would have fancied himself against any footballer.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
That Houghton miss was the big miss. That Houghton miss when he put it over the bar. The Houghton miss, rather. You see that? Have you seen that yet?
Yeah, I've seen that. That looked like it was almost in, but it just went over the bar.
It looked like it went in. If there was no nets there, you could say it was a goal. That's how close it was.
You know what though? Looking back at how cool Michael Thomas is, right? You know, it's like the Matrix. It's like stopped in time. Because one player you did want that to fall to, it probably would have been Michael Thomas. You know,
he has the Blade haircut from the guy who acted as Blade. He had that haircut. The Blade.
Bro, that guy
Wesley Snipes.
Yeah.
That guy can cut you down and kill you, right? Even with a word, and he'll just do it in such a cool way. You just even allow it, wouldn't you?
Guys, I'm impressed with Nigel Winterburn's passing range. I didn't know he was like this.
But
he
was
got a wand. Good player. See, you bought him from Wimbledon for I think it was 400,000.
Yeah, something like that. 300-400.
You know, 400,000. Dixon and Bold from Stoke. Look at the quality and look at the service they gave to the club.
Oh my God!
Unbelievable.
You know the thing is, Kevin, if we would have went and got a Max Aaron before Norwich came up, everyone would have laughed and said, "Who is this guy?" But now you see him in the Premier League, everyone's like, "We need to get him."
Yeah, but Liverpool done it with Robertson, didn't they?
Yeah, but Liverpool fans were not excited about that signing. It just goes to show you, it's not the exciting signings. It's the players that have something to prove.
I remember Adrian Dunn was taking the piss on TalkSport
about Martinelli.
Another good judge.
About Robertson.
Yeah, he's not a very good judge, is he? Though.
Yeah, but you know what? Let's be honest. Let me just say the truth. Fans don't really know. A lot of fans go with names. But if you want a team, you got to let the manager build something.
True.
Yeah.
And that's where we're at as a football club, Arsenal.
True.
Yeah, we've got to have faith in our manager. I have, but we got to give him a lot of time. This guy, because I think he's probably very, very good.
Yeah, you got to build for the future.
Do you know what? I think if we never had this pandemic, I think we probably would have had a successful window. I think this pandemic probably put us back about 5 years now.
I don't know about 5 years, but
Not
I
5.
just go on. There's my youth coach, Pat Rice, pushing them forward. Go on.
As Pat's health now. Pat's health is Pat healthy now.
I think he's all right now. Yeah, I think he's fine now.
Guys, the Liverpool goalkeeper is not confident. He's cussing his teammates, saying, "What are you guys doing?"
No, but he's keeping them on their toes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Do you know what? When you look at Fabian Barthez, you remember Fabian Barthez? Grobbler was the original Fabian Barthez, bro.
Yo, Roadcaster literally thought he was going to go through everybody. Last second. It looked like 85th minute. It looked like Roadcaster was going to be open one-on-one. But they stopped him last second. Before he got into the box.
You know what, though? This team was very technically gifted as well, you know?
Yeah.
But playing at tempo. Have you noticed how quick they're playing? Playing at tempo. That's what training was. Training was like that.
So what I don't understand, Kevin, the Arsenal team said they don't play at that tempo. Why don't they?
Yeah,
it's there. They must have the ability.
Oh my God!
Surely.
Offside.
Yeah, because they're soft. That's why they're not trained that way. You have to have a hard mentality to play high tempo physical game. It's hard. It is hard. It's demanding.
What minute you guys?
And that's why in years
in
gone
the
by,
video, the game
years
clock
gone
right
by,
now,
Yeah, go on, Kevin,
Arsenal
go on.
used to go to some of the bigger teams. We've seen them go to Anfield, and at half time the game's over. Seen them go to
Yeah.
Chelsea, and at half time the game's over. That
Oh,
because it's
dear.
hard. It's hard. They're not used to playing with personality and vigor.
You know what? I picked up
ability-wise, which generation of players are better?
Sorry?
Ability-wise, if you talk like on ball range, which generation of players are better? Players back in them days or players nowadays?
These players now are better because it's an ability to be able to play at tempo like this against the best.
And also, they were getting hit when they had the ball. They didn't, people used to just come off them. But as they got the ball, they're going to get hit every time.
Could you imagine these players playing now when nobody could tackle them? Oh my God.
Bro, do you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of I had a 7-foot snooker table in my bedroom, right, in our council estate, and we used to have the cues up the wall like that. So when we used to go to the snooker hall and play properly, I was dynamite.
Guys,
because you practice, right?
Yeah.
Because you practice.
It's fair to say we could have scored like 3 times before that Michael Thomas goal. Because I'm looking at Alan Smith. He literally had the chance to go ahead, but then he just misplaces the first touch.
You're talking about training, Kevin. It's like I think Arnold Palmer once said. It's funny. He said, "The more I train, the luckier I get."
Luckier I get. Well, there you go. There you go. There you go. You know, I like looking at the Arsenal fans behind. You see them all jumping, don't you?
Yeah.
You see them all jumping, excited.
Do you know what?
They only gave you a small section back then.
You know, fine margins, though. Look at the fine margins in life.
I'm in the 88th minute, and
I'm in the
goalkeeper's
87th and a half.
Come back there, go. Come back there 30 seconds.
Okay, tell me when you guys.
get to
87 and a half.
That's
okay,
fine,
tell me when you get to 88:15, and I'll press play.
All you have to do is rewind, bro.
88.
87 and a half, I am. That's
right, I'm 87 for win.
Yeah. Nothing to it. Look, everybody's fine. Nobody's
Big
dying.
smile.
Nobody's dying.
Okay, time.
87:50. Kev, do you think they still believed at that point with a couple minutes to go on the clock?
Of course. Look at them. Look at them.
Number 12.
Yeah,
They're running after every ball. Look at them.
Kev, in a game, do you know what actual time it is when you're actually playing? And you don't.
No.
Back then there was no clocks.
And sometimes you don't want to know, because sometimes if you know there's only a couple of minutes, it could put too much onus on you.
Yeah.
So when you don't know, look, there's a break now, and Liverpool. This is one of the only breaks on Liverpool. What a touch,
Oh yeah,
touch.
beautiful. Look at that.
So you said this was the minute when you started to come down from the.
Yeah, we've made our way round now.
Yeah, bad touch, wasn't it? Bad touch.
Yeah, bad touch. We've made our way round to the dugout area.
Number 8's down.
It's Richardson. That's
Richardson's
why we had
down.
extra time. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
Look at Liverpool's bench, just looking at the time, and Arsenal bench is just barking out orders. Nobody's looking at the time. 89th minute, 20th second.
So remember, both subs are on now, so they've got to try and keep Kevin Richardson on.
Yeah. I know. John Barnes is getting his guys all riled up.
It's quite funny, isn't it, Kevin? Because he could have gone. Had we had a sub, everything would have changed because he wouldn't have made that tackle.
Could have changed.
So small things. Everything could have changed.
Look at him. He's saying 1 minute or something like that. Is he saying 1 minute? 1 minute. He's going out to everyone's faces, making those 1 minute. Come on. That's what he's saying. We got 1 minute. Literally,
you see him point ahead. That's put it in the corners. 1 minute. That's turn them, Turn them. 1 minute, put it in the corners.
Is this
Come
the
on.
Arsenal crowd? Clapping?
No, he's saying to his
Liverpool?
team, come on. 1 minute in the corners. Yeah, corner.
That has to be the Arsenal guys, where the police are.
No, it would be on the go.
Oh, it'd be Liverpool. Okay.
Yeah, there we are. Professional back to the keeper.
1 minute. Yeah.
And that will all be worthwhile if it.
You know what? I'm not going to put a volume on, but you know what? I'm so glad that David Pleat was commentating on this game as well.
Okay. This is it. This is it, guys.
John Barnes is going to pop out his cheeks now.
It's a great sequence. It's a great
Bad
sequence.
touch from Adam. Bad touch. Look at that. Just everything had to happen. It's unbelievable, this history. Everything had to happen in the right way. Look,
John
look at
Barnes.
that.
You guys.
John Barnes. Sonny. John Barnes. He loses the ball inside the box. Gets it to the goalkeeper.
Dixon. Here we go. We're all with Dixon at the moment.
Throws it out.
Smith. Here he goes. Go.
And then Dixon.
Oh, we
Smith
waited and waited and
to
waited.
Michael Thomas.
Oh, I don't believe
And
it.
take it away, guys.
Well, I tell you what, I was sitting at home.
Thomas charging through the midfield. Thomas! It's up for grabs there! Look at the Gooners! I still love it, man. I love it. Look at the Gooners.
Look at Dalglish. Not happy.
Oh, man.
Look at the Gooners, man.
He's mad. He's mad.
We scored that. Decision.
Another touch. Another
To be
touch.
honest, Alan Smith's pass is underestimated. How difficult of a pass that is.
You got to shoot. You got to shoot. They're going to get a tackling, but he just released the ball.
Michael Thomas, Michael Thomas, love you, my bro.
And look at Liverpool. Now their intensity comes. Now they're trying to. Now they know they're gonna lose, and now they're starting to go crazy. And then boom, takes him out. Ball goes out.
Look at that
One other
coolness from
than
Thomas
Tony
again.
Adams.
Look in his own box what he did there, Thomas.
Yeah, I was thinking, please, and luckily,
Cool as a cucumber.
Oh,
Very
he's just like whatever. Pass it back to the goalkeeper.
Yeah, cool as a cucumber, Tomo. Nice and easy. There you go.
What are you saying? 4 extra minutes?
This is it. It's when the ref blows up now.
Coming here, requiring a 2-goal lead.
And now the party starts.
And here we go. The pitch gets invaded or what?
I catapulted myself out of my seat and punched the air. I said, yes!
It's now Quinn.
Yeah, suddenly came down into my seat again and
Paul Merson's on the bench.
Had to go on.
Crazy.
Never in any doubt.
I thought we played also elation, but it was just like,
What a pass.
yeah, it just went crazy.
What a shot. What a moment.
Had my dad and my brother.
And to see John
Yeah, this is
Barnes
a
with
famous moment. This moment here is very famous.
It's just a fantastic
Them
day.
sitting
Shake
down.
his hand.
to get my first championship medal.
He didn't shake his hand?
No, he was so distressed he didn't shake his hand.
Did they call him a disgrace for that? They better.
No,
No,
really.
they're Irish
They did.
teammates, aren't they?
Exactly,
For the
they were
Republic of
teammates.
Ireland, and it was just gutted, just sick.
No, John Barnes showed class though with Tony Adams.
Do you know what? That is moment.
Oh, look at the Arsenal fans
I think one of the great
going crazy.
never get better
They took over the whole section.
than anything more to me.
Go on, the Gooners! Love it.
Oh man.
George Graham didn't know what to do, did he? Like, he just didn't know what to do.
Listen,
Yeah, he's not one. He's not one to celebrate and do crazy
the
stuff
boys
like that.
done it, man. They done it, man.
He can't believe it.
This is a massive moment for him.
Was he one not to show emotion? But this was like rarity.
Special occasions.
Well, he was cool. He was cool. He was always cool, but he had to show something there.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
You're not
He had
human if you
to.
don't. Look at David
Yeah, he had
Roca.
to.
Bless
He
his
had
soul.
to.
He realised he's just made history.
Last match of the season. For
Look at the fans all standing. You got a guy standing on two people's shoulders. Crazy.
Kev, what happened to you at that moment? What was you doing?
Where were
Was on
you?
the,
We gotta
was
find
on
you.
the pitch. Was on the pitch.
Wow.
You see me in a bit.
We see. Oh, do we? Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna look for you.
No,
What were
don't
you
worry.
wearing?
I'll find you. Trust me. I'll find you. Obviously I'm not part of this because the boys are getting their medals and stuff and lifting the trophy. But when you see the team one, then you see me.
But at this time, everyone in the country was happy for Arsenal because this was like an underdog story.
Well, most people, not
everybody
Spurs.
but Liverpool fans, that is. Yeah.
And Spurs.
Yeah, and Spurs, yeah.
The funny thing is, I don't think Adams had a chance to have his photograph taken. They're interviewing him and all the photographs are being taken. With all the squad.
Well, that's part and parcel. There you go.
Hey, he got the trophy.
Hey.
Rocky, love you, bro. Rest in peace, my bro.
Rest in peace. Who won the player of the season?
I'm not sure. It might have been Barnesy, you know.
Yeah, he was good.
I'm gonna look at that right now. So, Alan Smith scored 23 goals. He led the league in goals scored.
Yeah. If you look at 88, 89, I'm not sure who was player of the season.
Do you know what? I say something, right? When you see something like this, right? And now I'm going to show you what it means to the Arsenal fans as well. Now, right? I'm going to show you what I say, and then after that, we're going to go to Kevin's story of what happened afterwards on the way home, right? Because that's a killer story as well. I just want to show you because you know when Arsenal win, you try and read every newspaper, you try and watch every channel.
Marwood. It was
Share that with you guys.
There I am.
Oh, you're in the celebration with them?
Beside John Lukic.
Cool. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Yeah, you're wearing the suit with the red tie.
God, dear.
Guys, can you see this?
Brilliant.
You see this, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let me just get on it. 1 second.
North London celebration.
Right. Yeah.
Snatched the league championship, as Stuart Maister now reports.
As soon as Arsenal won, people throughout North London took to the streets in celebration. Every pub, it seemed, was full of Arsenal supporters.
Arsenal! This is what made me a fucking Arsenal supporter. Not like this shit we got now, I'm saying ya. This is what made me play.
Things near Highbury here and throughout this whole part of London are just incredible. Every car, it seems, is hooting its horn. Every pub has people cheering and screaming outside of it. And they'll be celebrating it here long.
Yeah, well, and then we're gonna go on to, after we've heard Kevin's story, we're gonna then go on to we'll then go on to the open top bus parade and the rest of it. Because one thing I want to ask you, Kev, right? When you guys are on an open top bus, bruv, when you want to go for a piss and all that,
no, you don't. You don't. No.
That must be hard, you know.
No, but you don't wanna.
You don't want to leave the moment.
It's not that. That's the time when you're excited. I'm going every 5 minutes.
No, if you don't want to, then you get to the town hall. Then if you want to use a go, there you go there. But you're just so excited that you don't want to. That don't even cross your mind, Sonny.
You're not that. How long are you in the bus for? The coach, whatever, an hour? Is that?
Yeah, it's 45 minutes
long,
there, probably.
Exactly.
And then 45
long,
minutes back. It's not too long, mate.
See, I think about the practicalities of things. Kev, that night, I know you got some great stories that night. On the way.
I haven't got any great stories. I got one story.
Go on, then.
One story. So obviously we come back from the we leave Anfield obviously late, and we're going down the East Lancs Road. Liverpool fans obviously crying their eyes out, and there was a big pub on the East Lancs on the left-hand side. If you're going out, it's a big Everton pub. So all the Evertonians were out cheering the bus and doing a conga, big long line conga by the pub, cheering us on. So we hit we get onto the M62 M6. So we get onto the M6. So we're coming down, and obviously we're seeing all the Arsenal cars beeping their horns and stuff. Anyway, we get by Cockfosters, in between Cockfosters and Oakwood, and police come and pull the bus over. So we're on our way to the Winners' Club. So you could imagine, there's brandy on there, there's beers on there, there's everything. So the coppers come on, talking to the manager at the front. So we're saying, what's going on? Like, the lads are like in boxer shorts, like, you know what I mean? Just so hot and everything. They're saying that they have to keep the bus there. We were there for about 45 minutes because the bus couldn't get down the streets. The streets were chock-a-block. So they had to clear the streets before the bus could get down. And this is Southgate. This isn't even Highbury. So we had to wait 45 minutes there, having a drink and stuff like that. Anyway, we got a police escort to the Winners' Club, went to the Winners' Club, etc. And don't forget, a lot of the boys' cars are at London Colney, etc. They're not going to need the cars. But myself and Rocky, we're going back to South London. We're going back to Brixton. So at 5 o'clock in the morning, we get on the coach to go back to the ground. We get back to the ground, and there's an Arsenal fan asleep on the steps to the Marble Halls. So we go in, we put all the skips in. So you imagine, Rocky's just won the title on the Friday night. Saturday morning, me and Rocky had put in the skips in at Highbury. So he says, Rambo, should we wake him up? I said, yeah, let's wake him up. So we woke him up. Rocky got 3 beers, so we got a beer. So Rocky pulled him and says, tell us about your night. And he like woke up. Oh my God, Rocky, hug Rocky, having a beer, and was telling us about his night. He was in the Arsenal tavern, and you know, he rang his miss and said, don't expect me home all weekend because I'm not coming home. You know, I waited on the steps for the bus and all that kind of thing. But then I thought, what am I doing there? You're not going to be coming back. And look, here you are, Rocky. You know, it was brilliant. That was a quality story. Then we got a taxi. We went back down to South London, and then the Saturday obviously was the day free, and then the Sunday was the parade.
You made someone very happy. You never forget that, will he?
No, never forget it. Never.
So what I've taken away from all this is that moment and that win and that core of those guys helped spur that generation of greatness for Arsenal.
100%.
Be it even all the way up until, you can say, the Invincibles. You still had elements of that team.
It broke the ceiling.
You got to remember, Egal, 2 years after that, the team got better, and we won the league, losing 1 game and only conceding 18 goals all season.
Yeah.
Guys, before we get on to that, do you know what? I'd like to invite Kevin, back to do a whole show on this. Whenever Kevin's got time. But I don't want us to lose the celebration of the night and of the parade.
What did you do, Sonny?
Me, it was a bad time for me, so I couldn't really do a lot.
With me, what happened was, there's a good friend of mine who lived around the corner I worked with as well, Spurs supporter. So the minute the final whistle went, I phoned him up and says, I'm coming round with a drink. He says, no, I said, come on, have a drink with me. He says, no, I can't. You know what, I can't. But if you don't come round to me, I'm going to knock on your front door until you open it. I says, and we are going to have a drink. Anyway, it came round, we had a drink. Then I phoned up a few mates. We went to Highbury that night in the street. It was mobbed. It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
And we were drinking the whole time. We took bottles of us drinking the whole time. And everyone was expecting the coach to come back much earlier. And it didn't, which is a shame. But anyway, it didn't matter. We had our own party. It was fantastic. You know, you were hugging people you didn't know before. It was mental. Absolutely brilliant. Never forget that. Never forget that.
You know what? Because I couldn't celebrate '89 and go down to the ground and that. That's what made '91 so special for me, because I've done all the things I couldn't do in '89. Let's just play this, guys.
To cheer on their heroes. Some have been celebrating since Friday. Without had any sleep, and it's amazing.
We always knew we could do it. Finally, we've done it.
Couldn't be better. Starting up in August, and goes and wins it in the last 30 seconds. I mean, you couldn't dream of it. Magnificent.
The fans turned the 2-mile stretch from the ground to Islington Town Hall, where the civic reception awaited, into a sea of red and white. This is what they were waiting to see. The Championship trophy back in London.
We love you, Arsenal. We do. We love you, Arsenal. We do. We love you, Arsenal. We do. Oh, Arsenal, we used to love you.
So what are the 2 trophies? I know one is a championship. What is the second trophy?
One is the Barclays Trophy, because Barclays were the sponsor, so they had their own trophy. So it's great. You win 2 trophies. It was brilliant.
I think you keep the Barclays one, don't you, Kevin?
Yeah, you keep the Barclays one. The league championship goes back. Yeah.
That's silly. Should just make replicas for everybody.
Yeah.
Let's get back to seeing you lot again. Then stop that. Right, here we are. We're back.
So you went on to winning the league in 2 years' time. You win the Cup Winners' Cup. Amazing.
FA Cup, League Cup.
It's already on.
Brilliant. Yeah.
Yeah. FA Cup and League Cup in the same year.
Sound.
Egal.
Oh yeah.
Did you hear that?
So you got a double.
Both cups in the same year.
Yeah, we won both cups in the same year.
Kev, can I ask you something, please? When you got time, can you come do 91 for us, please, and from then on as another show?
Of course we can. Yeah, just a matter of timing. That's all, mate.
Whenever you can tomorrow. No.
Honestly, guys, this has been great, and for me, if I take one thing away from this is that there's so many players that aren't spoken about as highly as some of the guys on that list,
yes,
that I'm surprised that I don't know this much about, because I know a lot about Adams, I know a lot about Rocky, but you don't hear about the Richards, you don't hear about the goalkeeper, you don't hear about Nigel Winterburn as much. Like they did a thing about Dixon the other day. They should do one on Nigel Winterburn, because I feel like him alone, just one of those guys unspoken about.
Well, you see, Igal, it's they kind of encompass Winterburn in with Bold and Adams and Dixon as that back four, that famous back four. But it's all of them are individuals, but it's George Graham who coached them to be a unit, and that's where they were brilliant. You know, they were breaking records, not conceding goals. They broke the records. They broke all the records, and there should be a feature on that back four, back five with Dave Seaman and Luke.
Yeah.
There should be.
Yeah. And I'll tell you something, when a team scored against us, it had to be a decent goal. They never gave a goal away like they do right now. You had to really work to score a goal against the Arsenal.
True. Hey man, all the respect for you, former Arsenal player. Been through everything.
Listen, don't close that now. Hang on.
I'm not closing nothing right now. I had to say that.
Just want to. Do you know what? It's just a big lesson to all these young Arsenal fans that there was an Arsenal before Arsene Wenger, right? And it was a proud Arsenal. It was a very proud Arsenal. Ben saying, Ben, I've really appreciated your contributions in the comments tonight, brother, and everyone else who's commented as well. Talk on the coach was with a puppy. When we got back to Highbury and the coach got stuck at the top of Avenel Road, where it was finally turned, the street was full of people and the party was everywhere. Every front door of people, houses were open. People just celebrating and feeling of ecstasy. We were all like in heaven. Never again will I see that. You know what? It's these captions of stories that you hear from people, and just reading just reading those few words and the emotion encumbers in people, and the joy it gives us, and a unity, and we start feeling like family again. We start feeling blessed again. We start loving each other again. And then what happens? You know what? They go and fuck it up. It's sad.
No negativity, you said.
No, we're not.
Let's hear on a high. So let's leave on a high.
Listen, we're not going to leave on negativity, but I want to leave on a celebration of someone who means a lot to me, even though I've only met once, but is an Arsenal legend. And you know what? That's David Rocastle, right? And it wouldn't be doing any Highbury show or any Arsenal show any justice, right, if we never kept this guy's name living forever, right? Because honestly, for David Rocastle, if you can hear me up in heaven, for that 5 minutes I spent with you on the train, bruv, it's changed my life forever. You know that. Where, and you didn't need to do a lot, bro. You didn't need to do a lot. There was that pureness, and today's footballer. I don't even know if I crossed the road from him, bro. Seriously. I just want to read that super chat, and I just want to go into with Rocky. Just want to read this out, Zane. Kevin was a striker at Arsenal. So did wish you could have played alongside. He's saying, who would you like to play alongside, Kev? Kevin didn't need to play.
I played alongside the guys I played alongside. I don't really wish I played with anyone else because I was successful with the guys I played with.
Do you know what? People don't get it right, Kev, right? But when you've got that South London connection, you got someone like Ian Wright, right? You got someone like Kevin Campbell. You got David Rocastle. You got Michael Thomas. You got Paul Davis, right? One thing is realness, right? However they were back in the day, they are today. Right, nothing different.
No change. There's never any change. No
change. I just want to bring this on. You know what? And Joe, I hope this by some way gets to Rocky's family as well. It's nothing that I've done original because I haven't got the skills to do that. But I just want you, Karen and Dave's boys and his family. I just want you to know, not a day goes by when we think about Arsenal, we'll also think about Rocky Rocastle as well. And you know what, Ian Wright, Kevin Campbell, Michael Thomas. When we speak about Rocky, we also feel closer to you guys as well because we know how much Rocky meant to you guys as well, and we feel like we're doing you a service by mentioning him and keeping his name alive as well. I just want to play one thing, and I apologise if I've stopped it at the wrong place because obviously I can't hear things. But But I just want to play something. And if I've stole people's content, I don't give a shit, man. Give me a channel strike, give me whatever you want. I'll rather send a message, bro. Bear with a second, guys. All right, here we go. Share screen. Sorry about this. I'm a bit slow. Ian Wright, if you're watching as well, big up yourself as well, bruv. Big up yourself. And I love your emotion, bro. Just keeping it real all the time. Michael Summers, Paul Davies, that emotion when you broke Glenn Cockrell's jaw. Legend.
What's this we've got here? Ah, you're right.
I got a phone call, and he said, yeah, he just said it pretty kind of said I got some news, some bad news. It was in and around after Malaysia, and he said, yeah, I've got cancer, lymphoma. And he said, no, and he kind of said it in a way and played it in a way that, no, it's not a really bad one. It's okay, you know what I mean? I'm gonna be all right. I've got to maybe do some chemo, but I've got to see someone else. But you know what I mean? It was that kind of conversation. So on the phone, I was still like, okay, you got it, but is it bad? Which one is it? You know what I mean? So you don't know, and so I didn't know how to take it.
I just come back on a weekend or sometimes, and I see Rocky going to his mother-in-law's house. It didn't look too good. And then he finally told me to go and test done. I'm thinking, what test? He's coming from Malaysia. What test you doing? You know, I was trying to work out, what's wrong?
I went to visit him in Ascot, and I saw him. And when he came down to greet me, I was shocked, because I used to seeing a 12 and a half stone athlete, and he lost 3 or 4 stone. I actually went to see him because I cleared it with Arsene Wenger first. I was going to try and offer him a job to come on the coaching staff at Arsenal, but sadly, it couldn't happen.
We were supposed to be playing at Everton, but I had a bad back. Thank the Lord, really. I got an opportunity to see him. So I got to say goodbye, which I'll always be grateful. 2 days before he actually passed away, I went to the hospital to visit him, and I was told that it's family only. But they told him that I was there, and he said he wanted to see me. All he was able to do is just touch hands, and that was it, really. But for me, that was a great feeling that, he wanted to see me, even as
33, 34, trying to go. I don't. At no stage did he ever think that he wasn't gonna be all right. So when he did finally pass, I took it pretty badly. It was devastating.
Me and this.
His passion, and so he worked hard at it. Everyone comes up to us and says, like, "Oh, your dad was such a nice guy." Who wouldn't want to hear that about their dad?
When people say David Rocastle to me, I don't even think footballer. I just saw a good person.
From the lowest of low or the highest of high, they speak to everyone the same, and that's why we loved them.
Back in those days, coming through the academy and playing on the right wing for Arsenal, wearing the number 7. It's what a lot of people dream to do. So the fact he did it, I managed to stay humble. He never let the stardom change him.
And his name, trust me, it will be passed down from generations.
Life is all about achieving, and he did achieve. But someone to make it on that stage playing football, what all of us loved, fantastic.
Everywhere he went, people liked him.
he was just a magnet for everybody.
The crowd would have been on his side right from the off because of the things that he would try to do.
People just come up to me and say, you know, your dad's a legend, and he still is. He worked so hard.
Newcastle now on the far side for Arsenal.
Trying to make people cry, man.
As a director, you're not really supposed to have favourites. Unashamedly, Rocky.
So I just can't find it out. Can you hear me, guys?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yep. Yep.
You know what? I hope we've done Rocky justice, right? And I hope we also done his fellows for what we just done, which didn't take no effort or skill or anything, because I can't do all of that sort of stuff. So I apologise that it couldn't be better, and I had to pinch other people's content to do it. So whatever YouTube throw at me, whatever, I'm doing it for the right reasons. So you know,
if you want to check out the full video, check it out on there.
for the right reasons. All I want to say is to Karen, to Ryan, and to the girls. Your dad made us proud. Your dad made us proud, right? And he was one of us. He was one of us, right? And as far as I'm concerned, he's looking over all of us. And the biggest trophy you could win, it's not the Champions League, it's not the Premier League, it's not the FA Cup, it's not the Super Cup, it's not the World Cup. Biggest trophy you could win is your health, right? Your health is the biggest trophy you can win in life. So look after each other, especially now, in this pandemic. So bless all you guys, right, in your generation of footballers at Arsenal, right, who made it so special for me individually. I'm just talking about me for now. Is why I get so angry with things that are going on. But you guys I relate to, right? And I just want to thank all of you guys from the bottom of my heart for putting something in my life which is more important to me than religion, right? It's more important to me than a lot of things. Arsenal Football Club mean the fucking more to me, right? And what's going on at Arsenal breaks my fucking heart. But when something goes down, what can happen? You could go back up, right? And that's where we're going to go. We're going to go back up, right? And let's see how we bounce back. Guys, give us some thoughts, and we'll wrap it up in a second.
Well, I just think it shows the difference how football's changed, not only physically but mentally. There's far more stronger characters we had years ago mentally, who on their mind you just knew it was just once I got on that pitch, that's all they thought about or what they wanted to do. Their preparation was good. All right, I'm not talking about the Tuesday club, but when they got on that, they crossed that line, they gave everything and no excuses were made. And they just did it. And it's just all, you know, I've got a lot of respect for those players. And I've met quite a few of the players from those times, from the 70s, 80s and 90s. I met quite a few players. And I've got to tell you, they're all the same. They're lovely, lovely people who give you the time of day. They don't have to, but they do because they want to, and it's brilliant.
Igal, do you want to talk, or do you want me to do?
I think Sonny said it all, man. I'll let you go.
For me, look, being a player back then, you know, I was the younger player, and you know, looking up to the likes of Paul Davis, Adams, Rocky, Michael Thomas, Gus Caesar. Can't forget Gus Caesar because he was part of the squad. You know, all these Martin Hayes and Quinney and Merce and all these that conveyor belt that came through at the football club. And to be able to do that to Liverpool with homegrown players mostly. Let's look at the squad. It was homegrown players. That's special, guys. That is so special. You know what I mean? It really is special. And Rocky played a massive part in all of it. Dave Rocastle played a massive part. Dave Rocastle was like the glue for that squad. Tony Adams was the leader, but Rocastle was the glue, and he as Michael Thomas said in that piece, Rocky would speak to everybody, and Rocky was good with putting people together with everybody. And he helped me so much when I was coming through, I swear to you. Words of advice, what to do, you know, how to look at things. Because I was a raw kid from Brixton, I didn't know anything really. You know, I was wet behind the ears and green. And he helped me, Michael Thomas, all the boys helped me because they knew you've got something here, let's help him. And that's what they've done. They've done that with me. They've done that with David Illia. They've done that with all of the youngsters coming through because they take it upon themselves. And that's why, Sonny, a lot of the fans back then feel so much closer to our age group than the current players. And this is no disrespect to Egal, but if Egal ever feels that connection, his Arsenal thoughts will change totally.
Yeah.
Because it's personal, isn't it? It's personal. You knew when the team went out on that pitch, we represented you.
Yeah.
That's the other thing.
We were family.
You knew if it got to be a Barney on the pitch, the team were there. If it was a team where we have to play good football, we were there. There was no questions asked because we could do everything. But now, modern players are being questioned about their commitment and do they have the heart, and that's one thing that should never be questioned as an Arsenal player. Never.
You know what though? You know what, Kev? I'm going to say something, right? And I want to speak on behalf of all the fans for a change. And I don't think any fan is going to begrudge me for doing this, right? You, Mickey, Ian, Paul Davis, all of you in the squad, all of you guys. I see you saying, right? Feel proud, right? Not just of what you've done on the pitch, right? But I see you saying, right? If I was David Rocastle, right? If I was blessed enough to be David Rocastle, even for a short period of his life, right? I'll feel very proud that I had you guys behind me, right, to keep my legacy, my memory, but everything about David Rocastle. Like I say, right, because you guys have done him proud, you've done yourself proud, and you've done the Arsenal fans proud. I'm telling you, so big up yourselves, and you know what? Round of applause for me, for you guys, right? Big up yourselves, right? So we are finishing on a positive, right? Guys, listen. You know what? When Kevin Campbell comes on his channel, right?
Listen, I hope everybody's enjoyed it, Sonny. That's what I hope. Because it's an anniversary. 89 anniversary. Igal, how do you feel about watching it, man?
Oh man, it was great. Honestly, at first I didn't know why I was even coming on the pod, but to get the perspective from you guys and just to understand how big of a moment that was, honestly, it's great.
You know what? Right, from the second I met Kevin, right, even when I almost broke down about Nigel Winterburn coming on, and it got that thing got a bit spoiled for me because with what happened afterwards. I'll tell you something, right? Kev, you might not feel the same way because obviously there's millions of people who feel like I do, right? But bruv, as far as I'm concerned, bro, we are Arsenal family, and from the second you came on this channel, bruv, I felt a connection, and bro, if I ever needed money, I'd come and ask you. Seriously, right?
Hey, Sonny, don't.
I'll clap for that.
So Kevin, when I do come and ask you, bruv, don't feel embarrassed, right? I'll come.
Listen,
right?
I'm telling you, don't ask me.
Listen, bruv, seriously,
don't ask me.
Don't feel
you
embarrassed.
can ask me to come on your pod, but don't ask me for dough.
Okay.
Guys, listen. Everyone who watches the channel around the world as well. You're all our family as well. All I ask you to do is show your bit of appreciation for what we've done and what we're trying to do, because obviously we don't get paid for this. We're small, and we're trying to give you guys content in a difficult time. All I ask from yourselves, guys, is please, if you don't mind, just please hit that subscribe button on YouTube, because it helps me out and it helps the channel out in a massive way. I'm trying to do my closing statement. My dog wants to get out the door. So it helps the channel out in a massive way. So please hit the subscribe button. It doesn't cost you nothing. And the one thing about this channel is my principle from day one. It'll be my principle from the end. However way this channel finishes, is the main thing about my channel is my USP is And I'm not Stan Kroenke. I'm not Josh. I'm not Raul. I don't say come 2 years, I'm gonna give you a contract, and you're still here with 6 months to go. What I say is gospel, and it's done. It's a Turkish word, right? And what I say is done. If you're gonna get a lot of kebab in your kebab, I'll put you in a lot of kebab, right? I'm telling you, right? So basically, all I'm saying, guys, I set up this channel for you guys, right? It's to come on the platform, and I've not got the biggest following in the world, but what you can do, you can use my following to grow yourselves, yeah. Because what we have got is a community of very good people. So all I ask you to do, guys, if you want to come on the channel, come on the podcast, and you could be the next Kevin Campbell. You know, you could be a shit footballer he was, right? No, you're joking, right? No, so you could be.
Well, on that note, Sonny, I'm off.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
That's nice,
You just lost him.
You see, that's nice. You see, you know that 91 thing you want to do, you could scrap that.
Exactly.
If you want to keep these guys like grounded, you've got to always give them a bit of a dick, right? You've got to give them a dick, right? No, listen.
Okay.
Obviously, it's a joke, right? Listen, guys, I started this channel for you guys. So all you need to do, please, is to subscribe. Just send me a message, say you want to come on the podcast. Wherever you are in the world, I don't care your colour, I don't care your sexual orientation, I don't care if you supported Arsenal yesterday, right? The channel is for all you guys to come on the channel, come on the podcast, and you're all welcome. You're all my family, yeah? Kev, sorry, bro, I was only joking, bro. You're a legend, bro. On and off the pitch, bro. Kev, end the show, bro.
Listen, this is the 89th anniversary for all Gooners, all of us Gooners. What a great memory we have. It's a sporting event that an end that you would never see ever again. Don't matter where you are. This is the best finish to any season ever. The top two battling it out, and we came out victorious at Anfield, at their place. So enjoy your day, guys. And for the guys like Igal who didn't really understand what Arsenal's about, embrace it, boys, because we have a history and a half. I tell you that. We have a massive history.
Do you know what? On that day, boys become men, and the men became harder. And that's Arsenal Football Club. So that's Arsenal Football Club. We're out of here. Rocky.
Bye, guys.
See ya.